Hailey Bieber is a perfect example of why you should give men more space than necessary. Because I've seen a lot of women like her. I've dated a lot of women like her. And women like her feel like they lack a lot of love on the inside. And so they cling on to their partners. And the problem with these women is that they tend to not attract men who have a similar attachment style, like desperate, freaking golden retriever type of vibe. They tend to attract men who actually have more of a coldness to the personality. And their warmth is there to help people out. Most likely she's a giver, she enjoys helping, but the problem is that the people who she chooses to help tend to be so broken that she can't help them. Their brokenness breaks them. And so Hailey, unfortunately, she falls in the trap of trying to heal a guy, trying to get a guy who is naturally cold to warm up, and that is not a good position to be in. What she has to do is give him more space than necessary. So today we're going to be reacting to one of my older videos about that. And it applies so well to women who are in situations that Hailey Bieber is in. And for those who don't know, Hailey Bieber is the daughter of Alec Baldwin, and she saw a lot of cheating in her life. Her dad cheating on her mom, and her mom taking it. So she's used to seeing the woman being in a submissive position. She's used to the man taking advantage of her. And so because of that, that's the type of father figure that she has. She has a hard time undoing that. And so most likely her mom, in an attempt to win over her dad, rather than leave, she was more caressing. She was trying to win him over she was trying to win him over from the other women who were trying to get his attention, right? Those trifling ass women. So today we're going to be watching one of my older videos where I do talk about why you got to give men more space than necessary, and how this applies to Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber. Personally, I would prefer if she leaves him forever, because there are just too many clips of her around Justin Bieber, and he wants his space. And it might be just a clip for YouTube, and it's just, but the truth is, this is how she most likely is in real life. It's to the point that sometimes she kisses him and he goes like that in public. What the fuck is your problem, Hailey? You're making white girls look bad. Come on, man. And so we're gonna watch this video, man. And this video is sponsored by, Lord have mercy, Natural Chemistry, Hailey Bieber. Please, you gotta get this course, Hailey Bieber. Especially, you gotta watch this part of this course. What we have the first week is, this course is pretty much meant for women who want to assert themselves in relationships. So the first week we talk about strategies of creating and maintaining a deep connection, understanding male nature, which is important for her, and then the most importantly is this: controlling your emotions when you're in love, setting boundaries, Hailey, Lord have mercy, and embracing your masculine and your feminine. These three are the 3 modules that I would recommend she watches. If she actually does what that course says, Justin Bieber will be puppy Bieber, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right. She will teach him how to treat her with respect. I am 100% sure. In fact, Justin might get shocked by how, because let me tell you something, man. Heidi looks like the type of girl that she has a pretty hot, angry face, okay? But she rarely shows it. She got to use that resting bitch face, girl. God gave you that resting bitch face for a reason. Stop looking like a goddamn golden retriever. Let's begin this, man. So purchase the course on the description down below if you guys want to purchase it, okay?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Alex from mindfulattraction.org, coming to you from Mexico, my last day in Mexico, and pretty much one of the last times I'll be coming here in a long time.
The fuck?
Anyways, so today we're going to be talking about men need more space than necessary. And the reason why I say than necessary is not because I want you to give men space. I mean, to give them, it's not that I want you to give them all the space, but that when you love someone, you don't know how
annoying you are,
claustrophobic your love could sometimes be. You see,
100%. Look, we could watch videos of them, right? Let's click on this right here. This is actually from my other video. Let's watch this video. Justin being annoyed by. Look at this, bro. Come fucking shows up, right? It's crazy. These are the things that they do, and I just find it so disrespectful. Why you always in the mood? Shut up, right? And what is this? She was trying to be touchy, and I look at this. Oh God. Why, Hailey? There's so many occasions where she tries to give him love and she just rejects him. Far away. Right? And it's almost like her issue is that she doesn't let him come to her. Let him come to you, Hailey. You're the girl. All right? You gotta let. The problem is that, look, she thinks he's better than him. That's a problem. And all right, let's keep. But yeah, that's really the case. She can't. It's like people who can't turn their backs when their dogs is off leash. You know, they think the dog's gonna run away. It's kind of like that. She thinks that if she gives him space, he's gonna leave her. Most likely he would, but that's the point. You want reality in your life. You don't want delusion. Hailey, come on, man.
Receiving love is good when you want it. Receiving love is good when you when you are craving for that feeling. When you feel a little lonely, when you feel a little agitated, it comforts you, right? But the problem is that once you give them too much, it leaves a mark. Like they remember how it felt to be turned off by you. You see what I'm saying? So this applies to when you're in a relationship with a guy, particularly, is that when you love someone, you think that you're giving them space, but in reality, you don't know. When you love someone, you're not as self-aware as you usually are. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like the last video I made the other day, right? By the way, watch my older videos. I just made another. Today I just made a review video.
Shut up, Alexis.
And you take a sip. You could be sipping. How when you're thirsty and you think you're taking one sip, but you just drank the whole fucking bottle, right? But then when you're not thirsty and you take a sip, you could be sipping for like 5 minutes and you just have like one little sip. And why is that? Because you're not hungry. You see what I'm saying? So,
Alexis, it's thirst, not hunger. Jesus Christ, get your biology right.
When you like the guy, you don't notice. You don't notice how much, because in reality, when you like someone, you want their attention. It's really a selfish thing. When you like someone, you say, "I want your attention on me. Focus on me. Make me your center." It's a very selfish thing. Right? And as a result, you lose an awareness of how you're coming across because you're in yourself. You're thinking about your own needs, and you don't notice how you're coming across to the other person. You see what I'm saying? And whenever you ask, how do I make them like me? You don't do it from the perspective of their perspective. You do it from your own selfish perspective.
Yeah, because when you're in pain, when you're suffering, when you're desperate, all you're thinking about is yourself. Tough times create selfish people, and also tough times do create great community. That's also true, right? But generally speaking, when you're thinking about yourself, how you look in front of people, how people perceive you, you pretty much start becoming more self-absorbed, and you stop paying attention to the other person. And that means your actions, you're gonna do things, and you're not gonna be aware that this person may want some space. You don't notice how suffocating you might be, and you might push them away so much. And because you're not reading their signals of disrespect, because you're just so self-absorbed, they're losing even more respect because they're disrespecting you. You're taking it. You're not standing up for yourself. You're not doing what module 4 in natural chemistry says to do. And the guy realizes, oh, this bitch is just dumb as hell. I disrespect her and she's still here. I disrespect her and she doesn't say anything. Like, that makes any guy lose respect. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's kind of like, are you a bitch? Like you're afraid. Why should I respect you? Right? I'm like, fucking God. Why are you so toxic, Alexis? Get out of here, Melissa. I'm just saying human nature, man. I did not make people.
So when you
yes, you did. You're Black Jesus. That's racist.
Strategize to make them like you. In reality, you're just doing things that relieves the stress. It's not really a strategy. You're just doing something to relieve the stress. Let me text.
Yeah, it's not strategic. Not strategic. When I tell people, so what did you do? What did you do with what are the things that you did what were the strategies that you applied for my channel? And they're like, I threatened to leave. Okay. And did you? Well, not exactly. I'm like, God damn it. So you didn't do anything that I said. Like I had a client yesterday. She was a really sweet lady. And she said that she was with a guy. I'm gonna change up some things, obviously. She was with a guy for 4 years, right? And he didn't want a relationship. And I was like, okay, have you been doing my strategies? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, how about the 3-month rule part? He's like, oh, that. I'm like, yeah, how about that part? Yeah, that. The 3-month rule. If they don't want a relationship after 3 months, you leave. How about that? Oh, well, I kind of forgot about that. Okay, all right. Okay, we sit down. We're going to have a long conversation, boo-boo.
Him again. Let me call him again. Let me not watch Alex's videos and just do what I think works. See what I'm saying? So most of the things you do aren't strategy. It's just emotion.
Exactly. And for a woman like Hailey, man, you got to watch my video, girl. You're literally, I should use you as my profile picture. Because Hailey's literally Melissa. She is not fucking me, goddammit. Don't you ever, and I mean ever compare her to me. Exactly. That's why you're mad, because you're her. Hailey is literally the epitome of nice girl, man. Come on, man. Hailey, come on, man. You got to stand up for yourself.
And some people have the luck where the way they show love is pretty distant, right? Or either they're narcissistic, or they've been hurt and so they don't want to get too close, or they're strategic about it, or it's just in their nature. The point is that those people who do that manage to have better relationships, or ones that last, at least on the outside, right? And that explains why a lot of pretty women, it's not a correlation that being pretty gets you a boyfriend now.
No, there is actually. Studies show that, and this is like one of those studies that suck. I hate this. I really hoped it wasn't true. But more attractive people have more satisfying relationships. People I've looked that up, and unfortunately for us normies, that is a real thing. They have more satisfying relationships. Well, now, rich people is different, right? Rich does not mean happiness in relationship. Being good looking does increase your relationship satisfaction. That's just a fact, man. It may not be correlated with having inner peace, right? That's a real thing. But it's just because the feedback that they get from people builds their self-esteem. And positive feedback is literally the fastest way to build self-esteem.
Pretty helps you get a high quality boyfriend. Don't get me wrong. Hey man, I'm not fucking lying to you. It does, but it doesn't. But it's not the determining factor, because if you stay with the wrong guy, you're gonna fuck up your psychology, so that you can't really be happy in any relationship. So the point is this, man. By the way, people, I'm going to but I'm doing a seminar in LA. Necessary. So that means that you want him. You see, this is how you guys know you guys have that sweet spot, is when he's complaining about the fact that you don't text him as often.
Exactly. That's pretty much the key. I can promise you, Justin Bieber never complained to Hailey, whatever, that you don't text me enough. He never complained to her, because she's on his case like white on rice. She doesn't give him space. So how is he ever gonna complain? How is he ever gonna know how valuable you are to him if he never sensed if he never felt your absence, And the problem is that I just believe that deep down she knows that if she gives him space, he might leave. It's almost like having somebody on lifeline, on life support. Once you're on life support, there comes a point in time that you gotta end it. You're wasting resources, right? Sometimes life support, a relationship and life support is, if you're not the one chasing, this dies. That's life support, because you're using up all of your psychic energy and emotional energy to keep this relationship alive, and this guy's not even doing anything to keep it alive as well. It's not fair for you.
And the thing is that when that happens, sometimes you lose respect for the guy, and that's where I'm having a hard time, like, teaching women this, because I know that you guys get turned off when the guy acts too much like a bitch, or when my strategies work so well that you get turned off and you're going on to the next guy. I get it, right? So what I'm saying is that, first of all, you have to really love the guy, because if you don't love the guy and he does any of this and the strategies work, you're gonna take him for granted. And even then, when you love the guy, and you apply my tactics and he works too well, you sort of lose a little respect. So that's why you got to be very careful to how you apply this. But nevertheless, though, this does not apply to women who are naturally distant, right? If you're a naturally distant woman, if people tell you you're naturally distant, then make a conscious effort to be a little bit more open, right? And honestly, just a conscious effort, because you're gonna revert back to being distant, right? And so that's what you need. You need that distant. But then because of your conscious effort, you show him a little bit of warmth sometimes, right? So then you have the other women who are just fucking always on you and shit. So you gotta overcompensate and keep that distance because naturally you're gonna want to one day just open up, right?
Yeah, and that comes with you controlling your emotions. And the three words I recommend is checking out the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Going to a 10-day Vipassana silent retreat. You can go to dharma.org, DHAMMA.org, and you can sign up for them. Or check out my course, Emotional Mastery. I would highly recommend you go to the 10-day retreat. As if you plan to have a meditation practice, that's the easiest and most difficult way, to be honest with you. But it does get the results. Other than that, just developing a daily meditation practice can do the trick.
Because it's your nature. But then you rein it back in by consciously creating that distance. You need to do that. It's important because if you don't do that, then it's gonna be too much love and too much distance. It's the same shit, man. It's the same shit. It's just it comes across differently. All right, ladies. That's what I want you guys. Oh shit. That's why I want you guys to understand, man. Keep that distance, man.
Yeah, and with her, and this is the consequence. If you see her life, her relationship, that's the consequence of a woman who just doesn't give a guy space. He just disrespects her. There's a certain dehumanizing quality that happens when people are really needy and they don't react to your disrespect. There's a certain I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but they just look like they don't look human. They just look like automatic dogs who are looking for validation. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling to have someone who just doesn't give you space. It's just not. And unfortunately with Hailey, she, I could promise you that the way that Justin looks at her, he loves her, but she just looks pathetic because she just doesn't give him space, man. It's just that simple. If she gave him space, she would see the dynamics just turn around, and she'll be kind of shocked by how Justin would all of a sudden be chasing her, because a lot of the times our love for someone is repressed because of the power that the love that they have for us gives us. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you don't know you love someone until they die. Sometimes them overexposing themselves to us causes the love that we have for them to die. And most likely that's what happens, or at least go into hibernation. Wake that love up. Give them more space than necessary. Get them to complain to you. Why? It's better for a guy to complain that you're distant than for a guy to complain that you're too needy. Like, seriously. All right? So that's what you got to do, man. That's why I recommend, like I always say, you guys go and check out that course, Natural Chemistry, people. Just click on the description down below. I know a lot of you guys have purchased it. It has a lot of amazing reviews. And it comes with a lot of bonuses too, people. All right. The basic price is $99, but it comes with a lot of bonuses depending on the tier that you get it. So just click on the description down below, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.